hear the howling? That's the one you're a foster baby. This is Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the free-to-play for the 3rd of July. Let's make sure what this way month it was, because there's so many J months. I'm like, June, January, July. Okay, that one. Anyway, thanks for being here. Hope everything is well. Hopefully, keep quiet down before we get done with this. Love to see. What are we doing? We are, have you seen the stuff with the raid? Or CG's unhappy because they didn't test our raid. And I'm like, you know, for people that aren't 15, 14 million, whatever, who don't have perfect mods, the raid is a struggle. But if you have perfect mods, of course, you could underman and you can do all this other stuff. And it's like, well, that's nice. So I'm thinking, guys, the cash grab is real. For some reason, it just happened. Like, whenever this episode stuff happened, maybe a little before that. But this game's getting super cash grabby. And I'm just going to put this out here now. If this continues, I don't know how long I want to give it. Because it's tremendously frustrating. Because I keep seeing people apologize for the fact that the game is getting super cash grabby. They're just, oh, yeah, well, profits. I mean, guys, help me out. The game was out for 8+ years before this game started getting cash grabby. It was totally free to play friendly. And now all of a sudden, I'm serious when I'm saying the pirates, they're going to change this raid because the pirates, and you're probably going to need the pirates for the next raid that will have something to do with one of the movies, or I don't know, or whatever. But you're going to need one of these teams, and it's not going to be Vanguard. So it's either going to be the clones, the match, or the pirates. I'm betting the pirates. Could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But to me, it's just the I mean, if the cash grab that CG is doing continues, we might have to figure something out. So I'm just putting this out here for everybody's drawn knowledge. And I don't know how long I'm willing to give this game. Because yeah, I play it. I'm not super invested in the game because I don't have GLs, because I haven't spent a ton of money. I mean, I've spent a little bit, but I haven't spent. I'm not out there buying episode passes every 2 weeks, every month. I'm not out there buying Kairos. I'm not out there whaling. I'm not out there doing all of this. And on this count, I haven't spent anything. But, now that I know they're getting ready to deal with Tarkin, I'm like, I'm not touching Tarkin. There's no reason for me to touch Tarkin. So let's just, we're all in on these Jedi Vanguard, and we're going to continue to be, because the alternative is just not that viable. I mean, I wish I didn't have to, but I need a team that can get me 400,000 at least. And I tried it on my other accounts with higher tier Jedi Vanguard. It's not easy. Getting high score on any account is not easy. With a Jedi Vanguard, you've got to have you got to have basically everybody at like 5 to just be able to go in and be like, oh, I have decent mods in order to get yourself 300,000 with Trash Jedi, more or less. And that's for like 5. And that's for the team that's not run by Kelleron. If you go in there with a team that's all Relic 5 with Kelleron lead, you can probably do the next tier above that. And so you might be looking at being able to get out with 7,500 raid score. I don't know. But I get sick when I see Scribe and all these people who have been playing this game at a high level for very long, and they know how to go and get good mod. They're just, this is so funny. It's so easy to get 600,000. It's like, if you're able to do that, that's fine. But when CG sees you're doing the Tarkin thing, guess what they're going to do? They see you trying to solo something with they're going to take it away. I mean, you're out there taunting and you're out there, saying, hey, everybody do this because it's going to make the raid so easy. It's going to make you not have to do pirates. Guess what? CG doesn't want to hear. CG doesn't want you to tell people don't get pirates because the raid is too easy. Because guess what? It's not going to be now. Yeah. Just play the game. Because CG watches Scribble's videos. He watches Arnold's videos. And when he's saying, oh, look at me, I can do this raid, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They see that. And if they're like, if they think this is going to stop people from buying the pirates or from wanting the pirates, CG, my guys, why pirates? Nobody wants pirates. And you and me and Mr. Magoo could not want pirates. And I believe that nobody wants pirates. But if they think that taking away undermanned teams, Tarkin or whoever or whatever, guess what they're going to do? We're all much more a fan of the days when we had raids that you could just use anybody in and you could just farm and everybody. And I've voiced my concern about how this game is changing, and if I'm ever going to be, and if people are ever going to have time to squeeze in farms aside from the raid, because I think that it's trending that way. I think it's really trending the way where you're going to be lucky to be able to have time to farm anything other than raid characters. And I think that's by design. Because CG doesn't want you farming characters. CG's willing to let you farm these characters for the raid. But other stuff, I'm just telling you, if you're a free player, then I think there's kind of obvious logic of where you have to bring, where you almost need to reset and not even worry about raids until you get an entire group of characters ready to go to like 5. Like, because, obviously you only need to raid. Because obviously you can get everything in the raid store, anything that you need for a character that's Relic 5 and under relatively easily. It's not totally easy, but you can get it. So when you start getting into Relic 6, 7, 8, and 9, then you need your third rate currency. And so that's why I've said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to do this. And that's what we're doing. Because we're just going to work on, I'm going to put together this 1 5-man team. Relic 5. And I've already, you can tell me whatever, but the team is going to consist of Kelron, Shakti, probably, whoever else. And I'm going to shoot for, hopefully, not the first crate, not the second crate, but the third crate. The one that I think is $900. And I'm going to shoot to have everybody at Relic 5. I'm going to shoot for that crate. The 1.2 if we get lucky, or the 900,000 crate, because, and then whatever happens after that, it's fine. It's fine. And we'll just have to deal with it when it comes up. But, am I optimistic about any of it? Not really. Not really. But we'll see what happens. But other than that, not a whole lot to say. Just quite a bit of frustration that this is where I feel like the game is trending. It's just way much more pay for. I mean, it's pay to win, pay for convenience, but it's going to be essentially pay for convenience, when you're going to have to pay to buy a Lightspeed bundle, because you may or may not have the amount of money to farm anything other than stuff for raid. And if you're a spender already, okay, I'm not. Free to play is not dead. It's just they're just making it really hard. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you. God bless. Hold the line. I have friends everywhere. Bye.